Just last night, another big name was exposed.
New York's Attorney General Eric Schneiderman abruptly resigning 3 hours after the New Yorker published an article detailing abuse allegations from 4 different women.
Allegations of physical and verbal abuse, slapping, strangling, to the point 2 women say they had to go to the hospital.
Tanya Selvaratnam telling the New Yorker that the former Attorney General, quote, started calling me his brown slave and demanding that I repeat that I was his property.
Yo, I thought I had heard it all. But this guy, like, he's like the one guy they wouldn't let into Westworld. They'd be like, we do some crazy shit here, but you're a freak, man. But the reason this story is getting so much attention is that Eric Schneiderman isn't just the New York Attorney General. He's a national figure now because he's one of the biggest opponents of President Trump's agenda. He sued Trump over DACA, the Muslim ban, birth control coverage. He was making it rain lawsuits all over Trump the whole time. It was just like summons, 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 summons. And more than all of that, this is a huge story because Schneiderman presented himself as an advocate for women.
In recent months, we've begun a long overdue reckoning with our culture of violence and silence.
We have never seen anything as despicable as what we've seen here. A pervasive pattern of sexual harassment, intimidation, discrimination, and abuse at the Weinstein Company.
If a woman does not have the right to control her own body, she is not truly equal.
Are we ready to fight against male supremacy in all its forms?
I bet you think this speech is about you. So it seems this guy was trying to put Harvey Weinstein in jail while he was abusing women himself. This is like finding out Robert Mueller has been taking secret vacations with Putin. It's like, Putin's like, I wish everyone knew the Mueller I know. He's different person. He be best. By the way, this is like a weird part of the story, but this story was broken yesterday evening by Jane Mayer and Ronan Farrow. Right? And by coincidence, Ronan Farrow was our guest last night. And before taping, I'm chilling in the green room with him, you know, getting ready to do the show. And he says, oh, I'm just finishing up a piece. I'm just going to send this out. I had no idea he was ending an attorney general's career over our Wi-Fi. And since I pay for the Wi-Fi, I'd like to think that I did my part. I really think I did. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, seriously, though, I wasn't involved, but Ronan Farrow's reporting on sexual harassment has helped expose so many powerful men. It must be terrifying to be a dude and get a call from him. Because when he's on the phone, you think, like, it's over now. I bet he can't even order pizza. He'd be like, this is Ronan Farrow. Ah! Bah! So, for more on this insane issue, I'm joined by our very own Dulce Sloan, everybody! Dulce, I would love to know, like, what do you think about these allegations of beating and choking?
What do I think? I think this guy is Christian Grey. Only without the looks, without the money, without the consent. Actually, this is nothing like 50 Shades of Grey. That movie's sexy as hell.
And Dulce, you know what makes this especially upsetting is that in public, he was a champion for women, and in private, we find out that he might be a monster.
Yeah, he sounds like a monster, but in a way, he's still a champion for women.
In 2016, his office published a Know Your Rights brochure for victims of domestic violence. And in 2010, when he was a state senator from Manhattan, he introduced a bill to make intentional strangulation a violent felony.
See, he pushed for tougher laws that are going to make it easier for us to throw his ass in jail. Thank you. I wish every abuser would build a Wile E. Coyote trap for themselves. Like if R. Kelly sang a song about kidnapping. It's the remix to Ignition, time to put me in prison. Ugh. And do you know what made me even madder? Is the details of these allegations. Did you hear he was role-playing with a Sri Lankan American woman, calling her his brown slave?
You know, I know a lot of people are really offended by that detail.
As they should be, Trevor. If he wanted to role-play with a slave, why didn't he cast the black woman? Do you know how hard it is for us to get roles? I mean, I know I could play a slave, house at least. I mean, come on.
Dulce, whoa, dude, you can't be serious.
No. I'm joking. But if I did do slavery role play, I'd do it Django style. You know what I mean? Like he start out all confident, and then we'd see who's whipping who.
Dulce Sloan, everybody. We'll be right back.